music for Egypt. Nile FM.
Just got 9:09. This is The Big Breakfast on 104.2 Nile FM. I'm Rob.
I'm Nadine.
There she is.
Yeah, there I am.
And we've got two guests in the studio with us this morning. We've just been having a really cool chat. Sadly, about something I know nothing about. What is it about star signs?
Zodiac signs.
What is it about these things?
I don't know. It's just a fun conversation starter.
Is
you
it?
know? Yeah.
Is it? Right.
It's really cold in here all of a sudden.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because I'm here.
Oh. What's that?
Because you're talking about star signs and like zodiacs and stuff like this. Anyway, let's intro our guest. It's Hal. Good morning, Hal.
Hello, Rob and Nadine.
How's everything going?
Oh, just swell. It's really great being in Egypt, honestly. It's like... Really...
Is it your first time?
Yeah, it's my first time.
Wow.
I've been to other countries around, but I've never been to Cairo or Egypt, and I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, cool.
And we have Nouran in the studio with us as well. Hi.
Yes, hi everyone.
How are you?
All good.
So I know that there's a lot of people listening right now because I've seen the love and support for you on the socials.
So sweet.
Yeah,
amazing.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're like my friends and family.
Aw.
So yeah,
We
Yeah.
love
Their
a good support system.
Do you have a long list of names you've got to say hi to?
kind of.
Okay, we can do that first.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
this is
let's
why,
get out of the way. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, go for
Oh my
it.
god! Hi, mom and dad.
Oh.
My brother Ziad. My
shout out to
friends. Yes, Hania, Nouran, Ahmed. I have two friends named Ahmed.
Nice.
And Salman. Everyone really. Like
Wow.
everyone, yeah.
This is like
Just
an
to
Oscar
cut it short.
speech.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, right?
Like in
Like, yeah.
advance, though.
Yeah. Oscars are coming up though as well.
Grammys, more like Grammys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Of course. Of
When
course.
isn't the Oscars coming up soon?
Yeah, it's on Sunday, I
This
think.
weekend, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
It's like the award season at the moment because it was the Brit Awards last week in the
Yeah,
UK.
it was the
Yeah.
Grammys not too long ago.
Yeah.
There was the BAFTAs.
Yeah.
It's award season, baby.
And what's the other one that everyone gets an invite to? You know, like where they have to. Kim Kardashian goes, and it's like
The
Oh,
Met
the Met.
Gala?
the Met.
But that's in
Yes.
May, I think, or something. It's not now at all, yeah.
That's why I haven't got my invite yet.
Oh, yeah. Still coming, yeah. Don't worry about
Yeah.
it. Yeah. I talked to Anna Wintour. She says it's on the way.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And that's our game of Who Is It?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's so many different things that we need to talk about. But Hal, your visit to Egypt. Also, what's your role in the SheArts festival?
Yeah, so I've been brought here by a wonderful nonprofit foundation based in LA called the Navak Foundation. And with Navak, we kind of work with up-and-coming artists and developing them and allowing them to be seen by the public. And, eventually, hopefully taking some of the artists and bringing them to major labels and developing careers and putting out hit songs to play on the radio like the station. And and the program that we're working with here in Cairo is a program of 20 unbelievably talented women artists who have all written their own music over the course of a program, a semester, and have worked with major name people in Los Angeles and giving just opportunities that you really can't get anywhere else. And so I'm here as a music director to sort of help put the concert together and just offer some support and guidance.
Wow.
And I'm very lucky to be here and take all the cool stuff I do in LA and bring it to Cairo.
So cool. Wow. And Nouran, what is your opinion about the Musheqa program and how it benefits you?
Yeah, I think it's one of the best things to ever happen to me in like my music career. Because before that, I would always wanted to learn about music production, get more into songwriting, and just be in the music industry. But it's really hard since it's kind of a male-dominated industry in Egypt or
Everywhere.
all over, all
Everywhere.
over the world. So it's really, really nice to see this coming and expanding in Egypt.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Now, I want to ask you about your background, Hal, because I was looking through your bio because they sent all of these over before, and so you've done some amazing things. So the biggest question that sprung to my mind immediately when I say, "Oh wow, you've worked in projects for Emmys, Oscars, and Grammy recognition."
Cool.
Thank you.
And my default question after that was, "Who's the most famous person in your phone at the moment?"
Ooh,
Oh.
that's a good question. And can I have it?
That's a great. Well, funny enough, so I'm very bad with celebrities.
Okay.
A lot of the work that I do is with celebrity types, and I'm at parties and I'm talking to people forever and don't even realize who they are.
Oh,
And
wow.
I have become friends with a guy who I met at a party, And we talk very frequently, and he was telling me he plays in a band, and he's
I'm
getting
not
more.
ready for this.
He's getting more into like film music, and because I do a lot of work on movies and TV shows, and I said, oh cool, does your band play around LA at all? He goes, oh yeah, no, sometimes I play guitar and sing. I said, oh cool, what's your band called? I'd love to come see you play sometime. Fall Out Boy.
No way.
And so
my goodness.
I
What
talked
a
with
flex.
Patrick. Yeah, it's so fun. It's a really bizarre. I just kind of have this, and like actually the day after I had met Patrick at this party years ago, I was at another friend's house, and this guy walks in to this music studio and talking about music and working on music for movies, and he had a baby strapped on his chest, and he goes, oh yeah, I'm also getting into film music, and I'm in a band, and I sing and play guitar, and I go, oh cool, I'd love to see you guys. You guys played any bars or restaurants around LA? And he goes, oh no, yeah, we tour sometimes a little bit. What is your band called? Maroon 5.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. I just did it. So
Crazy.
I mean, there's some context in
Been
the phone,
around.
I guess.
Yeah.
So you could FaceTime them, like
Yeah.
in theory, you could FaceTime.
theory.
I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
Okay, I'm going to write down. We'll get
I
back to
guess
that.
give me your wish list and we'll see what I can do.
This is fantastic. I'm loving this. Now, if you've got any questions you want to send in, the number is.
015-5955-1042.
Now, what we'll do is we'll continue with Miley Cyrus, Midnight Sky. We'll be back with Hal and Nouran in a minute. And if you do have any questions, please do send those in. So many more questions about young women who have participated in the program and also their talents as well.
Hit music for Egypt. Nile FM.
Miley Cyrus and Midnight Sky. This is Egypt's number one for hit music, 104.2 Nile FM.
Yeah, good morning. We have Hal and Nouran in the studio with us today, and we're just asking them all the juicy questions
What
today. Yeah, hi.
Juicy questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the goss.
Oh, the goss.
Yeah,
my gosh.
absolutely.
Now there's we've spoken about so much stuff. I can't remember what was on air and what wasn't.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the program that you were talking about earlier. Now your opinion about the program and how you benefited from it.
Benefited.
That's the one. But also, Hal, what's your opinion about the young women who have participated in the program and also about their talents as well?
Oh, it is beyond inspiring. So we just had our first rehearsal last night. I came in from Los Angeles on, what day is it today? Is today
Wednesday.
Friday?
Yeah.
Wednesday.
So I came in on Sunday, then or is it Monday? I don't know, one of the days, and had a day or so to kind of explore and stuff, and then yesterday was our first kind of day with half of the women who will be performing at the showcase at the New Egyptian Museum, which
Oh, wow.
Yes.
seems insane. I was looking at pictures of it online; it looks like unbelievable.
Mhm.
I was just kind of blown away by what everyone's been doing, and just everyone's abilities. Like Nouran just really blew me out of the water yesterday, and it's interesting because I come in a role to help put something together and to coach, but then there's just people where you just watch them perform, and you're like, well, what am I going to say? I have to find something. I have to dig and find something to say, and and everyone's really seems to be inspiring each other. Like the camaraderie aspect, the group aspect of the girls so far seems like really inspiring to me, and I just want to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah, that's so cool. I was just saying that. That's so weird. I was just saying I want to be a fly on the wall.
Gemini,
Right? Gemini,
wavelength,
Sun,
I
Leo,
guess.
Moon,
Back to
telepathy.
that again.
Yeah. Anyways, speaking of the whole like seeing these young women perform, what is your opinion about like how should these young women develop more in their talent and become like more prominent in their career and in the music industry in general?
I mean, honestly, it's tough to say because whatever to quote make it is so subjective these days. I mean, it's really all about just trying to be with your friends and make music that you're really passionate about, and having access to resources like what Navak and SheArts have done, and the U.S. Embassy of Cairo has put in an ungodly amount of money to make this possible. Which that was when I was approached about coming out here. First, I thought, why me? And then the second thing I thought was, I wish we had funding like this in places in the States that need it. And I mean, that's really all I have to say. I would love to hear, Nouran, like how you feel about like developing and where you think this would go.
Yeah, I feel very lucky, and like I think it's really important that women in like music get this kind of resources, and really like Navak and the U.S. Embassy and SheArts, they really helped artists in like various fields like songwriting, music producing, and even mixing and sound engineering.
Yeah, they got a
which
whole
is-
crash course
yeah,
on every.
exactly.
That's cool.
Yep, and it's actually like during the songwriting module, we actually worked with like some of our favorite songwriters,
Wow.
which like seemed very like far away. Like, oh my god, I worked with someone who like wrote with Selena Gomez, for example.
Oh wow, that's so cool.
And then I like make myself believe that this way I'm one person closer to Taylor Swift. Because I'm obsessed.
That's the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
Are you obsessed with Taylor Swift?
Yes, I am.
Now, that would make a lot of sense because we've got this message that's come through. And it says, hey, this is Omar, Migo, and I'm one of Nouran's biggest fans, but not a Taylor Swift fan, though. But her voice really made me like the songs, to be honest.
wow.
Oh my god, that's
And he also goes on to say, I just want to say I'm so proud of her, and I want the next concert as soon as possible, please.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's very soon.
Yeah.
So, like, a little background on that. I have, like, started this band. It's a tribute band. It's a Taylor Swift tribute band.
Wow.
And it was, like, to attract people who listen to English music in Egypt and to also be able to, like, get over my stage fright and do more live shows.
That's so cool. And speaking of live shows and just your music in general, what would you say your next step would be after the Musheqa program?
I think it has to be releasing music because I really learned a lot about that. And like music NFTs, just releasing, like tweaking the songs to be releasable, all of that stuff was like really, really useful. And I feel like just have to like work on my original music and have it out as soon as possible.
You just mentioned stage fright. Do you still have that?
Kind of, but like not in front of big crowds, which is
Okay.
insane. I was just like talking to Hal about this yesterday. Like in smaller settings, I would just like get very nervous when anyone asks me to sing.
Totally.
But like in front of a big crowd, I would just kind of slay, if I say.
I always say
go
this.
Up.
I mean, like people say, "Oh, you must be like us being on the radio all the time." People must say, "Oh, you know, like you don't get scared." You know? But literally, normally it's just us sat here, right? And we're sat in the room. And if she's off, then it's me talking to myself. Yeah, and that's questionable in some circles, you know. But when it comes to going up on stage, you're like, "Oh no, I can't do it."
Yeah.
And then you get like the little butterflies in your
Butterflies.
stomach,
Oh,
as they
yes.
call it. I feel like more of a stomach pain, but that I think
I
shows
feel you.
it shows that you care about what you're doing,
Absolutely.
rather than just walking up on the stage and go,
Yeah.
"All right, how's it going? Yeah, I don't care." Do you know
But
what I
then
mean?
it's such a
Yeah.
beautiful feeling after you go on that stage and you come back and be like, I really just did that.
Yes.
You know?
agree.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes. And I've asked like very big artists in Egypt as well, like,
Mhm.
does it go away? Like, does it get better?
Yeah.
And they said it doesn't.
Never. Yeah. No,
So like,
it
oh
should
my
never
god,
go away.
I'm just gonna live like my entire life
yeah.
doing that.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
thrilling.
I think it's more of like a passionate drive that you then turn it around from being a fear into like, I've got the feeling. Come on, let's go.
Oh, yes, yes,
You know,
yes.
so it's a sense of like achievement once you've done it as well.
Totally, yeah.
And so when it comes to your songwriting, what are your songs about?
Okay, I would say that as a Taylor Swift fan, everyone would like expect me to write love or breakup songs, but like I'm very on like the opposite, like of that side. I'm
Okay.
just like on the other side of the spectrum, I think.
Okay.
I'm really talking about myself, my friendships, my my like family issues or like my issues with like work or like stuff that is real and that is happening to me. I do talk about love and breakup songs as well, but it's usually inspired from other people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love
Yeah.
that. It's like a breath of fresh air, you know?
Yeah.
I'm glad you think so. Nadine.
Yeah, I do. I
Thanks.
do think so.
No, that's pretty cool. I was just trying to think. Okay, so what could you? Is it possible to like write a breakup song about a show that you might have watched because
Oh,
you got so
yes,
attached to
totally.
the character?
Oh my god, yes. I wrote this song about like having this very strong feeling about someone. Like I'm longing for this person and all. And it was about Bridgerton.
Oh wow.
Totally. Yeah,
You know?
like
I
and-
could.
It's so
I just
funny.
watched one day. I don't know if anybody watched it on
Oh my
Netflix.
God,
I could write like
yes.
1,000 songs about
Yes,
this.
I'm scared.
It
Movie
was
or
it
TV
was
show?
the Anne Hathaway movie, but they made it into a
They
TV
made it, yeah.
show.
Oh, really?
Oh my
Yes.
god.
I'm actually quite. I feel like I'm quite blind to a lot of TV shows. I don't really. I'm kind of in
It's
the back.
gut-wrenching.
Yeah,
I
it is.
hear,
I could
yeah.
write 1,000 songs. I'm not even a songwriter.
should.
Yeah.
The thing is,
Maybe you can.
I've seen warnings about this, about people's reactions, and
Yes.
just
Oh,
on
yeah.
TikTok, and they're saying, "Don't watch it." I mean, I'm a completely normal person, but now I'm in pieces because of this show.
Wow.
And then you watched it, and you
I
fell
thought
apart.
it was like a bunch of baloney. I was like, what? It's not gonna make me cry. And then I watched it. I got to like the last 2 episodes. Like I was okay.
Yes.
Wow.
I'll take some
And-
time off to like reflect.
I'm done.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not touching it. I'm not going anywhere near
Yeah,
that.
same.
It's like if I see someone crying in front of me.
You're gonna be messed.
It makes me want to cry.
Yeah.
What's a show that made you cry recently, Rob?
I
Or a
don't know
movie.
because I've been avoiding them on purpose.
Oh, okay.
What was it?
Let's unpack that.
Yeah, I've been avoiding them on purpose.
You watched that one about the time traveling one you said you talked about before.
Oh, which one though?
I
Which
can't
one?
remember. We talk about a lot of time traveling
Yeah, 'cause I
shows
like 'em.
and movies.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah,
For
and
some
it all
reason.
started with a DeLorean that never
Yeah.
would have ever got to 88 miles an hour, Marty. You know, so anyway, back to your opinion, Hal.
Yes.
Now, you've been here, you haven't been to Egypt before, but are you familiar with the music?
Yeah, totally. I will say, the kind of collective of us who are here from Los Angeles is myself, a lovely woman named Hannah, who kind of has been the point person between Los Angeles and Cairo.
We love you, Hannah.
Yeah, we love Hannah. We have been traveling with our kind of handler, like a local Egyptian handler named Mo, who I believe is listening. What up, Mo? And he has been hipping me. I've been on a huge Amr Diab kick.
Oh, wow.
He like played me some Amr Diab the first night, and I was just like, no more of that Yanni you keep playing. Keep playing Amr Diab. Like, it's so good.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, he's a pretty big deal here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Big fan.
Yeah. Cool. I'm sure you'd love to hear that.
Oh, yeah.
International fans.
So you've got a favourite of like Ahmad Diab. In fact, I was in a taxi last night, and I've never seen this before. It came up on the screen with a picture of him. So that's cool. And he was like, "Oh, you like? I can change." And I was like, "No, it's fine." And I was like, "Actually, got any Kulthum?" And then he put Kulthum on for me, and I was like, "Yeah, that's my vibe."
Yeah.
And then I got to my destination, and I wanted to stop and like just keep on listening, but
Yeah.
so I think that there's a big world out there.
Totally.
Absolutely.
And one of the cool things that I've seen a lot of people doing, whether it's with the permission or not, is there's this kind of the underground scene where they will sample old Arabic music.
I love that.
And then like bring it back to life, or bring it slightly more up to date with different beats and stuff like that.
I mean, Toxic by Britney Spears it's not Arabic music per se, but it's like Indian music. I mean, it's very common for pop producers to like go digging in as we say the record crates for something that they not many people know about, and like use a sample of it or hip it up or something like that.
We talked about this on the show
before. It brings
before.
it to life. I feel like it's so cool. I love it when artists sample either older songs or like stuff for movies or whatever.
Yeah.
It's so
I mean,
cool.
it's just another like
layer
tool in the toolkit.
Yeah,
it's another thing to like pull from. You got sounds, you have your drum sets, you have your saxophones, you have your vocals, you have your samples, you have your like things you can pull from and mangle and mess around. I mean, a lot of what I do for movies, if I'm composing for a movie or TV show, is I'll take weird sounds, whether it's like from like my body making like weird
so
noises,
cool.
or like all of my friends like send me weird stuff, or like
I think Billie Eilish does the same thing. I think she talked about it once. She was like starting her car, and the sound the car made, she put it in a song. It's all so cool.
Totally. Yeah.
And then looped it, and then reversed it, and looped it again.
Yeah.
Now, you just mentioned movies and stuff like that, right? So we're going to play Jay-Z and Big Pimpin'. The only reason we're going to play
Love that song.
is because of the riff
Yeah, the
that they
sampling.
sung.
Yeah.
Or stole, sampled, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I think they settled out of court in the
I
end,
think
didn't they?
so, yeah.
And then we need to ask about the projects that have been involved with the Emmys, the Oscars, and also they've
Grammys.
gained Grammy recognition as well.
Oh, yeah.
So
And
cool.
try and squeeze some more information out of you on those, if that's all right.
You'll have to tie me down.
And then I want to ask you, Nouran, more about how you actually got into the whole music thing. Like, is it something you were doing since you were tiny? So, I'm just going to sing now.
Yeah.
Or do you come from a musical family? All of those questions will be on the way next.
All right.
Hit music for Egypt. Nile FM.
Now, Nouran, you just asked Hal a question, so
Yeah.
I want you to ask the same question.
And I want you to say it in the same way you ask casually and you just did right now.
All right, go for it. Shoot.
So how have you ever worked with someone called, like, by any chance?
That's
called,
an underground artist.
Yeah, I
just
think
like, you
I
know.
think maybe I've like heard of him.
Yeah, maybe.
He's called Harry Styles.
Yes, I have worked with Harry before.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
just name drop.
God.
Hey, just name drop Harry like that. Like it's just a guy you met at the side of the street.
I mean, honestly, if any of my friends from LA were listening, they would totally buy it that I met a guy and went into a studio. I mean, I when the pandemic first started, actually, slightly unrelated to Harry, but I'm very inept to a lot of things that are fairly mainstream, and I was asked to record drums on a video game that I had never heard of, and I'm not a video game. I'm terrible at all video games.
Okay.
And my friend who's a big video game person asked me what video game it was. He wanted to look it up, and I said something called Fortnite or something.
Oh
and he goes, oh, it's like the biggest game on the planet. And I was like, no, I had no clue.
I've never played it, but I know what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it's turned into a thing. I play most of the drums on Fortnite. But with the Harry, I'll give you the quick Harry Styles gist.
Yeah.
Full names, please. Full names.
Mr. Styles.
So the majority of what I do, which is why it's even more of a pleasure to be here with all the women of Musheqa, is I record drums and percussion mostly for movies and TV shows, but I also record with artists and I tour a bunch, and I also compose music for movies and TV, and I more things under the creative umbrella there. But what I try to avoid doing, which is why being on radio is nice, is I hate being on camera.
Okay.
I try to avoid playing drums on camera. Yeah, hello cameras.
Hi cameras.
At all times, and sometimes as a musician, there's call for in movies or TV shows. If you watch Bridgerton per se, like the people playing the violins and cellos and stuff, those are all hired musicians that are like on camera, like faking it, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just really grueling work, and I try to avoid it at all costs. But right around the time the pandemic hit, I got a call from a very good friend who has been very good to me with work in LA, and said, someone messed up. Can you please show up to this movie set like the day after tomorrow? And it was for this movie that they had told me was called Don't Worry, Darling.
Oh my God.
With Harry Styles.
You can't just drop that.
It gets better. It gets better.
So you worked with Florence Pugh as well?
Well, it gets better. And usually when you're an on-camera musician like this, which is how I like, you're there all day and all this stuff, and you're maybe seen for like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
It's a quick blur, which I love. I don't want anyone seeing me.
Yeah.
And I am in this movie for an uncomfortable amount of time.
Okay.
For like 10 minutes, I'm in every shot. It is so
I'm gonna rewatch
awkward.
it and go, that's Hal!
It's this, I've got no facial hair. I've got really short hair because at the time I had a kind of a short hair vibe going on, and I was growing this what I called like this gross pandemic beard. I tried to see how big I could get this terrible beard.
Yeah.
And I because I was a last minute, someone had messed up and forgotten to hire my sort of musical position. I showed up to the set like 4:00 in the morning, and the makeup lady was like,
we're going to need to get rid of that.
Yeah, like, didn't someone tell you that all the men needed to be clean shaven? And I said no, and they gave me just like a disposable razor and pointed me to a porta potty, and I was like scraping the hair off my face.
No.
It was awful. But yeah, it's the scene where I guess Chris Pine and Harry Styles are like...
We're dancing.
Oh, is it that like jazz club scene? That's so cool.
You unfortunately can't miss it. It was so uncomfortable.
Oh my God, I'm going to rewatch that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah.
Wow.
That's so cool.
So just tiny little flex there.
Yeah, so oh my God.
Huge flex if you ask me.
So technically I met Hal and Hal's met Harry and Florence. So technically I'm like besties with Harry and Florence.
Yeah. You are?
Yeah. Right? Confirmed.
Totally.
Stamped.
He's warned me about you on
Oh, has he now? There's a restraining order somewhere.
Well, it's because that time when you were in the UK and you kept on following him down Oxford Street.
I never did that. That was Timothy Chalamet.
Are they the same person?
No, they're not.
I did see Florence Pugh once coming out of Dean Street.
Wow.
Once.
She's so cool. I really love her.
Yeah, I don't know her personally, but
no. Speaking of movies and TV shows and Don't Worry, Darling, you said you've participated in a lot of projects that garnered Emmy, Oscar, and Grammy recognition. Can you talk to us more about these projects and like what it felt like working on them and like how it was after you finished them and like the whole journey?
I mean, sometimes I have to tell myself, and I'm sure like everyone in this room, Rob, Nadine, Nouran, you all can agree with just what we're doing today, even just like you have to pinch yourself to think, wow, I'm getting paid to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm getting paid to play drums on this, or I'm getting paid to, make weird noises with like the cups in my kitchen, or, it's crazy that like what seems to be sometimes just like a normal everyday, day at work winds up being, nominated for a Grammy or an Oscar or an Emmy. And yeah, I mean, it's tough because it is a job, and it's something that I've it's been my love that I've turned into work. But it's crazy to think that I get to work on stuff that people enjoy, like,
absolutely.
Like a project that seemed like it was going to be nothing that has seemingly just, never goes away is The Greatest Showman. A movie called The Greatest Showman is a musical movie that
so cool.
and that's led to all these other things. And I was actually in London. Speaking of London, I was in London working on a DreamWorks movie around this time last year, actually. And I had and I was asked to work on the orchestral arrangements for a new artist's music who I'd never heard of, and I had way too much going on at the time, and I was like pulling these all-nighters in my hotel room to get this other thing done, and I was telling myself, man, I shouldn't have said yes to this. I had too much going on, and it was this artist named Leve, looks like Laufey, Laufey.
Oh, yes.
But the album that that we worked on like won a Grammy, and like she's like become like this massive new.
Isn't that the one that goes like, "What's a girl to do?"
Yes.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
she's a twin.
I love that.
Yeah.
We love her.
That's so cool.
It's so great that she has just become, a gateway for people to rediscover jazz music again.
Wow.
And talk about powerful women in music. To watch her rise has been, just from the sidelines, has been crazy. So that to me was just like, I got to get this job done real quick, or I can't sleep tonight. And it turns out it was something that people liked.
That's so cool.
When you're working on these projects, do you have any idea that maybe one day it could win an Oscar?
Sometimes not. I think
No
that
pressure.
Like you listen back to it and you think, oh, this is really good.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of this.
Yeah.
Or when you do it, you obviously do it to the best of your ability or to your style. But then when you find out it's being recognized,
totally.
you're like, how's your reaction then?
I think sometimes it's always fun, and it's also always a bit of a mental game of like, because of course every day is a different project comes in. I'm what we call freelance, so it's like my friends call me or other people call me to do stuff, and you go, this is great. I wonder if this will hit, or I wonder if this will not hit. Or sometimes you get a project where they won't tell you what it is because it's big and they don't want to ruin any kind of non-disclosure agreements. Like last year, I had received some files and I listened and I thought, God, these vocals sound really, really similar, and I go, Is that Lady Gaga?
Whoa.
And then I go, what movie is Lady Gaga working on right now? And then I got on the phone with the person who had hired me, and it was Joker too.
Oh my gosh.
But they initially wouldn't even tell me.
That's crazy.
That's
but-
massive.
Wow.
You sound like a very busy person that might need a PA.
I'm free right now.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think my parents are actually listening in Miami, believe it or not, and my mom is probably laughing. I need a PA
Shout out,
very
Mom.
badly. Yeah, if anyone wants to, please help me.
Hi, I'm Nadine. Nice to meet you. Hi.
So welcome to the Big Breakfast with me, Rob.
Yeah.
Nadine left.
Rob, but can you impersonate Cardi B? I don't know. That's on the job requirement.
Not really. I mean, I think I just make those weird noises. That's about it.
I have a question that just popped up.
Oh, go
so
for
the
it.
Oscars are this Sunday.
They are.
Is there anything that you've worked on that is nominated for an Oscar?
Oh wow,
Like this coming season?
that's a great question.
And are you going?
Yeah.
I'm not going. I'm actually going to be on a plane back from here. Most of my friends are going. So I will.
Do they
I
have
will
extra
see.
tickets?
It is possible, actually. To be honest with you, I don't know if anything I've worked on is Oscar nominated. I will. Let's check in the break. I know with the Grammys, I didn't realize that I had two things. That
Okay,
were
well, it'll be.
recognized, but
This is like sort of the best type of surprise you can get.
This is, yeah,
You're just
totally.
chilling at home and you just like name drop.
Yeah,
Oh,
or
I
like
worked on that.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm more in the know, but other times I forget. Like it's tough being put on the spot. Like I'm
Absolutely.
very nervous right
Yeah.
now. And
But
so
that
it's,
just proves that you don't do it for the recognition. You do it because you love doing what you're doing.
So cool.
Absolutely. And I think and a lot of what I'm telling these incredible artists, with the Musheqa program is how important it is to work with your friends. I mean, I could go down every credit if you were to ever find and point to a friend who I'd met, because in height, I could point to a friend who I had worked with or made off of that, and that's all I strive to do is like work with my friends.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Need to find out more about you, Nouran, and how you got into music.
Yeah.
So did you just start by just singing covers, or have you always been like a musical person? You're just like, hey, I'm going to experiment with this. Do you play instruments, or do you just sing?
I do. I took like a few piano lessons,
Uh-huh.
like for months. And then I kind of like got depressed about my progress. And
Yeah,
that's
same,
why
I
I
get
quit. Yeah, really? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
so I'm not alone in this.
the thought of learning notes and
Yes.
learning. Oh no, kill
and
me.
like
a lot.
reading the sheet. Oh my god,
kill
that
me.
was so stressful.
I will say it is
Yeah.
very helpful to do
It is
that, but I
very
hated it.
stressful. Yeah.
I think it might restrict the kind of creative process.
I think
If
so.
I've got to follow this strict
Exactly.
rules.
Yes. Totally.
So if I wanted to hear you singing without asking you to do it right now, obviously.
Ask her. Ask her.
What
Ask her.
what should I ask her to say?
Put her on the spot.
Actually, you're not the only one who wants, because Gina said, "Can you sing one of your originals?" Ooh.
Sing like 4 bars from the chorus.
Yeah.
Of,
Oh my god.
of
If
the
you're
song he's doing.
comfortable.
I mean, if you don't want to do it, that's fine.
Obviously, it's
that's fine. Because we can save that for the next show.
Yeah, but it's a pretty nice chance, right?
It is.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Or it's also a pretty nice chance to get people to come to the show.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could tell us more about that after you drop some bars.
Yeah.
All right. Should we put a beat down? Do you want to just freestyle? You want to sing something?
Yeah, I'm just gonna sing something from Family.
Do it.
Cool.
Do it. Great.
Let's all listen.
Yeah.
Amazing.
This is a song that you would hear Nouran and 19 other unbelievable artists singing at the Egyptian Museum on Friday.
Yes. So this is Family, and it goes like, haven't you heard what my aunt said about me? If you knew, you'd ask what kind of woman is she? How comes to see the colors now? They'd let me believe I was wrong somehow. Whispers of some things I'll never know. Tired of acting, you feel like home. So overplaying a role in your show. The actors are fake and the plot is hoes.
Wow.
I think we're gonna leave
Let
the
me
chorus
just say something,
to
and I
the
promise I'm
performance.
not just saying that because you mentioned it. It's so like Taylor Swift-esque.
Vibe, yes.
So much so, like in the best way
thing
possible.
ever, yeah.
Honestly, like you're your own style and everything, but there's like a hint of inspiration from Taylor Swift that I can definitely hear.
Maybe little bit of Olivia Rodrigo as
I
well.
think so.
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I love Olivia.
So,
oh
so
my god.
cool.
Yay.
Wow, I'm so like this is amazing.
We're going to find out more about you as an artist and also how we're going to find out more about the reason
The
why
show.
you're here in Egypt. We'll do that in a few minutes' time. If you do have a question, we've only got 12 minutes left of the show, so please get those in as quickly as possible.
Yep. The number is 015-5955-1042.
Now we're going to continue next with Madison Beer. We'll be straight back after that, and then we'll try and get everything wrapped up because otherwise Basma's going to get all upset with us. She's on the way in 12 minutes' time.
Yeah.
Hit music for Egypt. Nile FM.
Madison Beer, make your mind here on the Big Breakfast, 9:52 right now. All right, Nadine?
All right, Rob.
Are you still working here?
Yeah.
Oh, because I thought you'd applied for a job.
What time is it? Yeah, it's just 7 more minutes.
Oh, and then you will be
And then
Hal's PA.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. Catch me at the Oscars.
It sounds like an amazing sort of job. I mean,
Right?
even just someone that would follow you around and document stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
Things are very
vlog
interesting.
your experience around town.
Monetizing off videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Hal, Nouran, thank you so much for coming in. This has been amazing.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having
I had a lot
us.
of
Having
fun.
us, yeah.
This is like my favorite interview ever.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I wish we'd started it earlier because now we've kind of run out of time.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked about Blackadder yet.
Blackadder?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm just saying, like, there's so much to talk about.
I've come up with a cunning plan, Baldrick.
There it is.
So, listen, we can continue this later, but sadly, we've got to kind of wrap things up. So, tell us about this amazing thing that's happening on Friday.
Yeah, it's awesome. We have like 20 female artists performing from Musheqa, which I'm part of, luckily, at the Grand Egyptian Museum on Friday. And we also have another act on the show, which is Tablet Sit. They're like amazing performers. They're very like Egyptian culture kind of vibes. Yeah, I would describe it that way.
Cool.
Yeah. I will say, I know we keep mentioning 20 artists, but I want everyone to also understand how serious this program is. There were, I believe over 200 or 400 applicants that we had whittled down to 45. That then even just got smaller to just the people who were just ready to perform, which is 20. And so it's really it's been really an incredible experience for everyone, from my end and on everyone's end participating. And so it's a really cutthroat, super legit. It doesn't get any more real than this.
Wow.
So, would you say that there's a lot of talent in Egypt that we would need to come back and do more work with?
Yes. Bring me back.
Yay. Yes. We'd love to have you back.
Be
Yeah.
our guest, Hal.
Oh my God, I'm having such a blast. I mean, the food has been amazing. I'm a big food person. I'm also a very adventurous eater. I know people will probably laugh at that because I have gotten into some trouble abroad before. But no, I've been loving learning about the culture and about. I mean, everyone is so nice and helpful, and it's just really, really, really great. And the weather's great. Like, it's not hot yet.
Oh,
I-
you wait.
You just
You
missed
wait.
I know.
Just so
I
you
know.
wait.
I know.
It's coming.
I would not have been here had someone asked me to come
Summer.
in
Yeah.
June, but
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, wow, I can just really
But then you're from Florida, so you're used to the heat.
Yeah.
hate it.
You know.
I'm not used to it. I
Yeah,
hate it.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but it's very humid there as
It
well.
is
Totally,
super
totally.
humid.
Not here, not so much.
Yeah,
It's more
yeah.
dry
Yeah.
on the drier side here, but
Totally.
it's really hot.
Yeah, it gets hot. Yeah.
Where after all of this stuff that we've talked about, where's the best place to find out more info about what you guys are here for?
Well,
Yeah, I think Instagram is like pretty
Instagram is great.
Yes, insightful. It has like the Navak Foundation, and SheArts Festival, and the U.S. Embassy. They do a lot of cool stuff also.
Yeah, I would say, of course, just to follow the general organization is at NVAK, Navak Foundation.
Yes.
And then my personal Instagram, I think that's the thing that we do here, right, is at Hal Rosenfeld, HalRosenfeld.
Okay,
Good luck
cool.
spelling that.
Yeah.
And Nouran is...
Yeah, my username sucks, honestly, so I'm just not gonna say it.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, I made it when I was like 11 years old or something.
Okay, I followed both of you just now.
Is Nouran a fairly common name here in Egypt?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
I expect to follow back.
Same here.
Wow, okay.
No pressure.
I'll
both
have to
of
take
you.
my time with that.
Actually, I followed you last night.
Yes, and that was so cool, honestly.
Wow.
That was like a flex.
It's because I saw all the love for you, and I was like, oh, look at this. And then I saw your stories, and I was like, right, that's it. She's coming on the show tomorrow.
Yeah, and like all my friends are big like fans of the show.
Oh, that's
Yeah, so it's a
sweet.
really like full circle moment. Can I say something also about
Of course.
like the station? So like once I wanted to apply to work here
Yep. As a presenter?
as a social media
Okay.
specialist kind of thing.
Jazzy.
Yes. I'm
Jazzy
sorry.
Fizzle.
And, yeah, and then like I got into another job, and then I was like I approached someone from the station to like play my music on homegrown artists.
Yep.
Which is very cool and sick, and it's very nice to be here with you
Wow.
guys.
This is a full wow. Go Nouran.
I love that. I love that.
Hopefully one day we'll be playing your music not on homegrown.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
But on the playlist.
Yeah.
Totally,
On the
totally.
A-list too.
Yes. Soon.
Nouran Hassan, Hal Rosenfeld, thank you so much for coming in.
What a
It's been
pleasure.
Thank
an
you for
absolute
having
blast.
us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
So if you want to know more details, by the way, you can just go and check out our socials. We're going to post more details about this. Right,
Yep.
right, Jazzy?
Yes.
What?
Woohoo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right, that's
Thank you
it from
so
us.
much, you guys.
We'll be back tomorrow morning for the final time this week, unless you're off again tomorrow, because I've noticed you do every other day this week.
I was sick. Cut me some slack.
All right.
Come on, get a little
It's like that,
Thank
wasn't it?
you.
Okay, fine. We'll be back tomorrow morning from 7 o'clock on the way in 2 minutes' time.
Boom.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah,
Basmo
Brainbusters.
with Brainbusters. Have yourself a great Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow from 7.